Um, this is George from WFP Bangladesh, and I have been working with World Food Program School Feeding since 2015, and then I have expanded this program in the refugee camps after this large influx of Rohingya refugees in 2017. And today I'll be talking about how we adapted our modalities in response to COVID-19 in the camps, but I will touch very briefly about what we are doing in the host communities in response to COVID-19. So before going to that, excuse me, I'll share briefly general information with you for your knowledge that WFP started school feeding in 2001 as emergency school feeding, and then later expanded in other areas and worked closely with government of Bangladesh. And in 2010, as a result of that coordination, government of Bangladesh started school feeding program in poverty-prone areas project under Ministry of Primary and Mass Education. And now in 2020, school feeding program under that project covers 20% of the whole country. And in the host communities, about 3 million primary school children receives food from schools, and 20% of that receives cooked meals, and others are receiving fortified biscuits. And government of Bangladesh plans to bring all the school children under this program by fiscal year 2023 and 24. And in these Rohingya refugee camps, about 300,000 Rohingya children from more than 4,200 learning centers are receiving food every day. Before this COVID, they were receiving 50 grams of fortified biscuits from the learning centers. And in response to this pandemic, in mid-March, government of Bangladesh closed all the educational institutions in the country, and following that, the Refugee Relief and Repatriation Commissioner Office also closed all the learning centers in the refugee camps. And then we started working how we can adapt the new modalities for distribution in response to COVID. And then we worked with our general food distribution team, and immediately after the closure, within 3 months, in July 2020, we started distribution through our general food assistance outlets, and covered all the households in all 34 camps in Cox's Bazar. And I must mention here that we are doing this as blanket coverage method, and we are distributing 25 packets of fortified biscuits for all the households, irrespective of whether they have children in the learning centers or not. And then we established coordination with our DFA team, and also the technical team, the scope team, to create the vouchers for the school feeding entitlements. And then let's see how these are working. We have more than 500 refugee volunteers who are being engaged for receiving the biscuits, repackaging them from 100 packets in a carton to 25 packets for per household for 1 month ration. And then during the distribution, the households came and with their food cards or voucher cards, and their cards are topped up and then verified and redeemed. And then once they're verified, their cards are verified, they receive biscuits from the outlets. And you can see the photos. And most important thing is during the distribution, COVID-19 prevention messages are being disseminated by our partners all the day, all the distribution days. And in all the steps, our partner staffs and who are involved in this distribution, they are maintaining the protection measures and hygiene practices. And I will touch very briefly what we are doing in the host communities during COVID-19. Immediately after the closure of the schools, WFP started working with government and developed a guideline for the partners how to distribute the biscuits at the doorsteps of all the children in the primary schools. And about 3 million students are now receive 50 packets at their doorsteps, and that is the ration for 2 months. And during the distribution at their doorsteps, their parents and the children are being aware. The messages of COVID-19 protection messages are being disseminated to aware them to be safe from COVID-19. And now you can see how this is being done in the field. The biscuits are being transported with local transports called TomTom, or these are battery run rickshaws, and you can see how these biscuits are being carried out to the doorsteps of the children. You can see in the hilly areas how they are carrying these biscuits, and also in the islands, isolated islands. And the other thing, the parents and the children during distribution, the messages, awareness messages are being disseminated, and also we have placing the stickers at the doors of all the children. And in addition to the biscuits, the children they are receiving dates donated from Saudi Arabia, and also all the children are receiving 2 sets of masks in the WFP operated areas, and also in the Makovan Dole areas, children are receiving literacy materials, which includes story cards, their stationaries, worksheet, etc. And now our current status is we are working with government, and also supporting the agencies and government and the schools to prepare them for safe reopening. And in the host communities, 3rd round of biscuit distribution is going on, and in the camps, 5th round of distribution is ongoing. And we are doing post-distribution remote monitoring, and we are working closely with GCNForum office and also government education officials to continue this distribution, and also on the safe reopening. And this is a summary of what we are doing before COVID, and what we are doing now during COVID-19. How we adapted the social protection. This is for your reference. And thank you. This is the end of this short presentation, and you can see if you have any questions, even after this session, you can communicate with me and also with Kathleen Bess, who is the National Coordinator of the School Feeding Program in Bangladesh. Thank you.